Hey, what's up everyone? So I know a lot of people love making fried rice, but they can't make the same style of fried rice that they had at a restaurant. Because maybe the rice they made at home is too soggy or it's too dry and the flavor is just not there. Well, today I'm gonna teach you how to fix some of those problems so that you can make the best fried rice in your home. And the fried rice that I'm gonna use as an example for today is gonna be a Yangzhou Chow Fan. Though most of the American Chinese restaurants call it house special fried rice or just special fried rice. Okay, so the first question is, what kind of rice should you use? Now, most Chinese restaurants use Thai Jasmine Rice because Thai Jasmine Rice is very high quality. It is great just for standalone rice or even in this case, fried rice. Now, you might not know that there's actually 4 different types of rice that comes out of Thailand. Now, in my kitchen, I cannot explain all the differences to you, so let's head over to my supermarket. I usually buy rice from a local wet-dry market, but a supermarket is the best place to explain the differences since the bags of rice are labeled in English. Okay, so the best rice to make fried rice is the New Harvest. New Harvest rice is good, but because of the price, I can't really justify buying it for fried rice. And 100% jasmine rice, which is also called hom mali. Now, the difference between 100% Thai jasmine rice that is New Harvest and normal 100% Thai jasmine rice is the age difference. As the name suggests, New Harvest is newer. And that is the main difference between those two. And then you have the mixed fragrant rice, which is a mix of jasmine rice and regular Thai white rice. And then we have just normal, regular white rice. White rice is grown in the middle part of Thailand. Okay, so which one is the best rice for fried rice? In my opinion, just regular 100% jasmine rice is the best way to go, mainly because of the price and the quality. All right, so now that you're filled with fun, useless facts, let's get to the first problem that most people have with making fried rice, and that is soggy rice. Okay, so I got 2 plates of rice here, okay? Now, both of these rice are the same brand of rice, cooked in the same rice cooker, and both were left in the refrigerator for overnight. The only difference is that this rice was cooked with a little bit less water, and this was cooked normally. So usually for Thai Jasmine rice, it is 1 cup of rice with 1 1/4 cup of water. That is the usual ratio, okay? Add less water and the rice will retain the structure. You can see each individual grain. More water will break the rice down and make it clump together in a mushy mess. So I'm gonna tell you, if you use this to make fried rice and you see that your rice looks like that, right? It's gonna be exactly the same when you fry the rice. You cannot fix it. I'm not saying that you can't make fried rice, I'm not saying you can't make fried rice with this rice, but I'm just saying that if you want to make a technically a better plate of fried rice, then you should add less water, and this rice is gonna look exactly the same way. Actually, it's gonna look better after you fry it. Okay, so now that you know how to cook rice to make better fried rice, let's get to it. I'm gonna put the full ingredients and the recipe down below. So I've got 400 grams of Thai Jasmine Rice here, and as I mentioned, this is overnight rice which I left in the refrigerator. And right here is 200 grams of Chinese Char Siu, and here is 90 grams of shrimp that has been peeled and deveined, a cup and a half of peas and carrots, and of course we need 2 large eggs, and finally some romaine lettuce. You can use any type of lettuce that you want. So there are dozens of ways to make Yangzhou Chow Fan, but this is the Yangzhou Chow Fan that I am used to. Especially during Chinese banquets like weddings or just special occasions, usually we would have Yangzhou Chow Fan. And sometimes for me in the Chinese banquets, Yangzhou Chow Fan is the worst because this style of fried rice is basically served about 2 or 3 dishes before the end of the banquet. So by that time, the real chefs have gone home and they use the kitchen peons to make the fried rice. So there's not much to do. That's the great thing about fried rice, right? For the Char Siu, we just cut it into thin little cubes or just little strips, it's fine. The Char Siu, you want bun fei bun sao, which is Chinese for half fat and half lean. You want some fat because when you fry the rice, that pork fat is gonna get into the rice. All right, and my shrimp. This is about 90 grams of shrimp. If you want to make it more, just chop it in half, okay? Because it's okay to treat your friends like non-paying customers. And then I'm just gonna add the shrimp with the peas and carrots because we're gonna be cooking these together. And the romaine lettuce, just chop it into bite-sized chunks, about just like that, because these will shrink down a lot when it cooks. And we crack open 2 eggs. half a teaspoon of salt, and scramble. All right, so we're gonna drop our peas, carrots, and shrimp into water that's just sort of simmering and not super hot because we don't want to overcook the shrimp, okay? About 70% done should be fine, so I'm gonna strain this right now because we're going to continue cooking this in the wok, right? So we were just giving this a head start, that's all. All right, so I have my heat on a medium high heat. I'm gonna add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil. I know it's a lot of oil, okay? But the thing is that Chinese restaurants, they use a lot of oil in the fried rice, and that's why it tastes so damn good. We add the eggs. Never trust a chef that tells you they only use 1 tablespoon of oil for their fried rice. I'm gonna wait for the eggs to cook a little bit, but not completely. I want the egg yolks to color the rice. And that's why Yangzhou Chow Fans have a nice yellowish tinge of color, and that comes from the egg yolks. Okay, so now that I have my rice completely coated with the egg yolk, I'm gonna jack my heat up to a high. This is where the magic happens. With high heat, the excess moisture from the rice will cook out, and you're not gonna get soggy rice. Look, the bottom of my pan is clean. There's no rice sticking to the bottom. So remember, to make a really nice fried rice, well-cooked rice, a lot of oil, and high heat. This entire video, those are the main 3 tips that you should remember. Okay, I'm gonna turn the heat down to a medium high now, because I can see my rice is almost ready. You know how you know? When you see the rice dancing around like that, you see? You see? There it goes. When you see it dancing around like that, you know that your rice is almost ready. So we're throwing our Char Siu. Gonna let some of that fat from the Char Siu coat the rice now and flavor the rice. And right now, remember, I am on a medium heat. You just want to coax out the flavors of the Char Siu into the rice. Okay. And now we add the shrimp and the carrots and the peas. Just mix it up. And then finally, the seasoning. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of light soy sauce. And we add a teaspoon of salt. And we use table salt, okay? Not that kosher stuff. Finally, the romaine lettuce. Fried rice is easy to make. It never was difficult. And if you follow my tips in this video, you're gonna have restaurant quality fried rice all the time at home. And we're just gonna let this cook for a minute, only a minute, because everything is cooked already. We're just cooking down the romaine lettuce. Quick, fast, easy, and delicious, just the way a proper fried rice is supposed to be. If you want to make a proper beef chow fun, check out this next video. And remember, I do make deliveries. I take Bitcoins and Camels as payment. Thank you for watching. I'll see all of you next time.